It's another cracking day in Adelaide, a great way to start a new season. The Clipsal 500, it's a massive event now in its 16th year. We've got beautiful weather, big crowds, exciting racing ahead, a tough circuit. This place has got the lot. Hi everybody, I'm Matt White and welcome to Race Day Extra on 7 for the V8 Supercars. A brand new chapter for our sport. We now have 5 manufacturers with Volvo joining the series and making an instant impact. But today is the big test day. It's the first race day of 2014. A big day ahead. We'll capture it all, including all the colour of this great event. And alongside me, as always, a 4-time race winner here, Mark Scaife. Scaife, really looking forward to today's races and the Twilight race, of course, going into the night. But let's talk about this circuit first up. You've been here, you've conquered this circuit. What is it that makes it so challenging?
It's just such a tough place, Matt. I mean, it's just an unbelievable racetrack. Because it's a street circuit, it's just so unforgiving. Let's go on board. We'll take you on board with Scott McLaughlin in the new Volvo, the S60 Volvo, qualified on the front row of the grid for the night race, race 2 this evening. And this is, as I said, 3.2 Ks of not being able to make a mistake. This is the run down into turn 1, 220 kilometres an hour. And you've got to brake it. Watch those tyres on the left. We saw a lot of guys hit those tyres yesterday. Turn 3 up Wakefield Street. This is very, very bumpy. And 220 kilometres an hour, trying to get it stopped for turn 4. Cross the curb, use all the road. These right, left, right section here is about 85k in the centre of these corners, but about 130k on the run now into turn 6. Down, use all the curb. Most important corner on the track right now, turn 7. Out of there, beautiful exit. Use all the curb and run it up to the wildest corner in Australian motorsport. Turn 8, Brock Straight. Brake it real gentle, 245 kilometres an hour. Get it turned. And almost bump the fence on the outside. That is as good as it gets. Brake it hard again, 245 kilometres an hour. Back to the slowest corner on the track at 60k, turn 9. Accelerate the car hard, up to 4th gear, to the left hand at turn 11. Use all the curb, right out to the fence. Every little bit of road, very important around here. You cannot make a mistake. Use all the road again, 220 kilometres an hour, over the last curb at turn 13, and into the run into this amphitheatre of the Clipsal 500. This is an unbelievable racetrack. It is breathtaking, isn't it? So 166 race laps across the course of the weekend. Factor in everything else, 24 other cars around you, the heat as well. It really is a wild ride. So 2 125k races today. We had 2 qualifying sessions yesterday. Jamie Whincup kicked things off with pole position in the first qualifying session, although he wasn't really happy with the car, but it's ominous signs for Red Bull Racing Australia. This is qualifying number 2, where Whincup comes out straight out of the box and goes straight into the tyre bundle that you just mentioned. You got to miss. Exactly, and that's 145 kilometres an hour. You saw the force, and early in the session we said Lowndes was battling. This was a battle. This is turn 9, big slide, and finally spun it around, but he did a very good job to finally get it onto the front row. There was a lot of really good action in the middle of this session because we ended up with 5 manufacturers in the top 7, and this was the car that we were just on board with. Scott McLaughlin, on debut for Volvo, has gone to the front row of the grid. Todd Kelly was actually at the top of the charts. He ended up 11th. But that was a really very high quality lap from Lowndes. Right at the end, very, very neat, very tidy lap. And for Lowndes to be on the front row for this second race, it's going to be on for young and old. Yeah, that'll be the Twilight race. Craig Lowndes has now had 2 pole positions here, but he's got a good strike rate when it comes to races. He's had some of the best races of his career on this circuit. 5 race wins. So really looking forward to today's racing. But this is more than just a race meet. It's a massive event. And we've sent Rihanna Crean out to tell us all about it. Rihanna.
Maddie, another huge day coming up. We have plenty of support category action with the Touring Car Masters, the Aussie Racing Cars, and of course the Carrera Cup. We had a huge crowd yesterday and expecting even bigger today. Last night's fans kicked off at the Concert Zone with Bliss and Esso. Tonight is Empire of the Sun, and don't forget, tomorrow night we have Larko's hero, Keith Erb, looking to a big at the Clipsal 100.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot to cover across the course of the day. Coming up, we're going to take you through the changes that have been happening in 2014, especially at the bullpen. Red Bull Racing Australia, they've made some big moves behind the scenes. Let's see how they play out. David Cauchi taking over as Whincup's #1 man. The Volvo S60, well, Larko will take a look around the Polestar entry that is already in the front row of the grid for race 2 today. And then 125 Ks back-to-back. The first time ever we've got a 3-race format at the Clipsal 500. How will they cope with that? We can't wait to let these cars loose and get going for 2014. Qualifying's all done, just can't wait to get racing. On the way to the break, let's meet the class of 2014.
Welcome to a brand new year of V8 supercars. We've had an off-season that's resembled a game of musical chairs, so let's take a closer look at the class of 2014. The word retirement never sat well with Russell Ingall, so the Enforcer will start his 19th season in the V8 Supercars Championship with a new team and a renewed energy.
I think I'm going to enjoy it. You know, it's all focused about me. You know how I like it all about me. So I think I'm going to really enjoy that part of it, and there's no pressure.
Ingall's former team, Walkinshaw Racing, retains the duo of Garth Tander and James Courtney. And joining them in the 222 car is 2011 Bathurst champion Nick Percat.
So to get the opportunity, especially with Walkinshaw Racing, is a dream come true, and I'm just looking forward to paying back everyone at Walkinshaw for all the hard work they've put into me for the last 7 years.
Rounding out the Walkinshaw garage is Tim Slade, who after a tough 2013 switches to Holden with the support of Super Cheap Auto.
Doing the deal with the team that's looking on the up and very positive for the future is, it gives me a lot of confidence.
In what was the worst kept secret in 2013, Will Davison moves from Ford Performance Racing to join Lee Holdsworth at Erebus Motorsport.
You know, this is a changing point in my career where, I really, want to stand up and try and take on more of a leadership role within a team. And I feel like I can bring quite a lot to the team from my experience, but also I feel like I can certainly learn a lot from what Erebus already has as a race team.
Ford Performance Racing had the perfect replacement to pilot the number 6 car alongside 2013 Bathurst champion Mark Winterbottom. Enter Chaz Mostert.
So I think I probably overachieved in what I thought I would last year, and this year's probably a little bit different. I know my role is number 2 and learn from number 1, which is Frosty, and try and learn as much as I can, and hopefully one day be on the same level as him to try and challenge for a championship.
David Reynolds will again be in charge of the Bottle Green machine, while Jack Perkins is getting a second crack in the main game in car 18.
Look, I guess I've really served my apprenticeship again. It's been 4 years out, and I really worked hard for this opportunity to get back in, and in a way I feel as though I really earned it.
After returning Mostert to the factory Ford team, Dick Johnson Racing has recruited David Wall, who will race with the famous number 17 on his door. And Scott Pye, who is proud to be driving for a team steeped in V8 supercar history.
Yeah, every time coming in the workshop, it's funny. You walk through a museum now to get to the workshop, and I'm proud walking through there each day to go in and see my race car now in there.
Jason Bright and Fabian Coulthard will line up again for Brad Jones Racing, with the vacant seat left by Wall to be filled by 2013 Dunlop Series champion Dale Wood.
I feel like this is my first crack, and this is my first proper crack at it. I feel like I'm carrying some momentum and some confidence from last year winning the development series, so I'm really looking forward to getting into it.
The freshest face to join the V8 supercar family is Swede Robert Dahlgren, who joins 2013 rookie race winner Scott McLaughlin in the brand new Volvo S60.
I expect hard racing. I expect them to be harder against me than some of the others in the beginning. It will take a little bit of time, but I will do the best I can to succeed.
Rounding out the grid is flying Kiwi Shane Van Gisbergen, the Norton Hornets James Moffat and Michael Caruso, the Kelly brothers are back in black, and of course the smiling assassin Craig Lowndes. All 24 of these drivers are chasing down one man, 5 times champion Jamie Whincup.
The best in the business is now inside the best of all time.
Will it be title number 6 for this modern day legend, or will another name be added to the champions list?
You can never start too early. Part of the fun here at the Clipsal 500 is the Porsche Kids Driving School. It includes a track with everything from tunnels to working traffic lights. They run a 15-minute classroom session and then get out there for 20 minutes of supervised driving. It's running every hour in the traction zone here at the Clipsal 500. Pedal-powered Porsches, there's nothing like it. But the Touring Car Masters, well, these are different beasts. They are on track right now as we're getting ready for our first race of the day. And we want you to be part of our conversation today. for the V8 Supercar races coming up. Just go to v8supercars.com.au/vote or use our 7 Sport app for our viewer vote, which is which manufacturer will win the opening race of the year. Holden is on pole with Jamie Whincup for race 1. The best of the Fords is Frosty Winterbottom, but there's a Volvo and a Nissan in the top 10. Or what about Mercedes? Can they make an impact? Let us know which manufacturer will go on to win the opening race of 2014. But right now, let's hand over to Stephen Richards and Aaron Noonan for commentary of the Touring Car Masters.
Thanks, Matty. Race 2 of the weekend for TCM, and it's a reverse top half of the field, Richo. So it's all Tiranas. Jason Gomersall and Kerry McMahon to the front. Race 1 winner, Tony Karanfilovsky, goes to position 13.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't get much of a race yesterday, which was a bit unfortunate. A couple of little incidents throughout the field, but you know, of course, this is the way it goes. This is a bit different, reversing the top 15, so we'll see what happens.
There's a very good field here. 28 cars turned up for the weekend. All the big names are in. Jimmy Richards and John Bowe. Andrew Mediki's back as well. Tirana's up the front. We've flipped it all around. We'll be on board with Brad Tilley in the big TCM Falcon. We'll take a break. When we come back, 10 laps of TCM from the Adelaide.
The Adelaide event, the atmosphere, the size of the event, the way that they put the race on with the concerts on each night, the fans there get right into it, and we feed off that.
The atmosphere is electric. The people get behind the event like no other race we go to.
300,000 people as well come through the gates, so we showcase our new liveries, new brands, new manufacturers. Eddie, the ideal start to the season.
Once the jets fly over on the Saturday and we start the engines and you hear the clap at the top of that, it's just a pretty cool way to start the year.
As great a circuit as it is, it's one of the most punishing circuits as well. Get it wrong and it bites you.
It's fast, it's dangerous, it's hot.
For us, it's one of the hottest races that we do, and particularly on the Sunday, one of the toughest.
It really shows who's going to be the form drivers of the championship.
It's a great track and it's a great format. It's a challenging race and it's one of the real marquee events that we have. So it's great to start the year with a bang, and hopefully that bang means race wins, not concrete walls.
Safety car is in the lane. We are going to start race 2 of TCF, new for 2014. It's the double file rolling restart, NASCAR style. And it's Jason Gomersall and Kerry McMahon in those SLR 5000 Tiranas. Billy Pye's new Camaro. Brad Tilley's in Tirana. Oh, boy. Unbelievable. Roger Benson's still going. Drama. Race 2 did not even get a couple of 100 metres down the road. Somehow, no one ploughed into Brad Tilley. That's unbelievable.
I mean, this is often the case. You have a new format and new things happening. The guys haven't had much experience with this sort of thing, and here we go.
Safety car's out. That's Bill Pye's car. Really a callback to Bob Jane's awesome Camaro. Let's have a look again. Really need to look to right of screen. Kerry McMahon in the white and black Tirana. And green flag. We're going. It's on. And then his car has a drama. Pye's got nowhere to go. Tilley's got nowhere to go. But the big worry was for Tilley. Sideways in the middle of the road. Well done, Nigel Benson. Well done to the rest of the field to miss him. Whoa.
Yeah, very lucky. Very lucky.
This is on board with Tilley.
Brad's got some wheel spin. He's trying to catch the cars in front to maintain.
Oh,
and something's happened to the Tirana.
That's the last thing you'd expect. The car in front to be on brakes.
That is strange stuff. Strange stuff.
Let's have another look again.
He's got on the brakes. The front of the car has dipped on the Tirana. That's weird stuff. And he's just continued on normally.
So safety car's out on the streets of Adelaide. There's Nigel Benson. Lucky not to launch off that tyre bundle and end up tripping over.
Yep.
He's already out of control as he enters the centre chicane. Not the way to do it. But the Tirana of Kerry McMahon continues on here. It's in shot here, pushing on through the chicane. So, very strange, very weird, unbelievable way to start the Touring Car Masters on the streets of Adelaide. Cam Mason made it through. Benson is still going, Now it's gone. It took a while, but he got there. So safety car's out. We'll take a break from the streets of Adelaide and come back with more of the Touring Car Masters. Touring Car Masters always delivers, and today it hasn't been some of them. Havels was on the start of the race. Brad Tilley manages to get avoided by Nigel Benson. Tony Karanfilovski unbiased before the break. He was in the fence on the other side. So the safety car has been out on the road while we've cleaned up all of those cars. Have a look at this. This is our new thermal camera. This is Larko's new toy. We'll be playing with this throughout the course of the day. He's going to know what's hot and what's not. Check that out. Things are cooking already as we get back underway in TCM. Jason Gomersall leads in the Tirana. Mark King is second in the Camaro. Keith Kasuki in that big blue and silver Falcon hardtop is third. Brett Youlden next, and then Kerry McMahon in the Tirana is fifth. He started from the front row, and he was the one that triggered the crash on the opening lap.
Yeah, really strange. The car dipped on the start line as they were setting away for the green flag, and that caused a massive concertina in the car that followed.
It's taken out Bill Pye's Camaro. It's taken out Brad Tilley's Falcon, and now King is starting to put the pressure on the IC Tirana.
Now the big Falcon coupe there, she's got plenty of grunt in the straight line. Let's see if he can set up. The big thing here is setting up turn 8 so you can get a run into the braking area for 9.
And that's where King's going, down the inside. Look at Brett Youlden going for the big dive bomb. Have a look at the skid.
Big box from Brett. Brett's one of the guys out there. He has a really big go. If he gets a sniff of the front of the field, he's off.
King to the lead, though. This is one of the local Bob Middleton owned and run team cars.
Now remember too, we've got a reverse of the top 15 finishing order from race 1. So as the race wears on, we'll start to see more of the faster cars, traditionally faster cars, and perhaps bigger names coming through.
And those big names, John Bowe sits 7th. Oh no, Cam Tilley, the Mustang. It's a bad day for the Tilleys. Neither Cam or Brad have been able to last to half race distance, but it's John Bowe 7th.
Bowie's made up a heap of miles in that lap, a heap of positions in that lap. He's actually got past 3 cars.
And Jim Richards, reigning champ, car number 1. The Ford Falcon Sprint is position 9, but this is where it's at out the front of the field. Look at the mixture. Camaro, Tirana, Monaro, Falcon, another Falcon, Mustang. The mix is really good. And of course, this year in TCM, last year we talked so much about the weight penalties for success. There's no weight penalties this year. No. Some minor rev reductions if you're successful. Exclusively this year, TCM race with V8 supercars for 7 rounds. This is the start of their season. Here comes this Falcon. Have a look at the power this thing's got. It blows the Monaro off the road.
It's unbelievable. When Keith gets a bit more of a handle on driving this car, he'll be super quick.
He had a very good last round, remember, at Phillip Island in the season finale of 2013. Youlden's good on the stoppers, but he's on the wrong side of the road. Eddie Abelnisa behind. John Bowe's taking time from them all. He's a second and a half faster to the second split this time around. He took pole earlier in the weekend by over a second, so that number 18 Mustang is really, really fast.
Yeah, Bowie's still got plenty of good form coming into this round. Let's have a little bit of action a little bit further back in the field here. Now, this is just behind the pack running for sort of 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th.
And this is Cam Mason in the Camaro chasing Steve Mason. He's that's close. John Bowe up on the curb, can't get it done. JB's already had a win this year with Craig Lowndes and Nick Asalo up at Bathurst in a Ferrari. We should say a big g'day to a guy who's not here, Greg Crick, one of the popular TCM drivers in that Charger. He's been unwell in hospital in Tassie. We wish you all the best, Craigie. We hope to see you back sometime soon.
Yeah, we need that Charger back in the field, mate. Bowie, big dive up the inside. Oh, close the door. Now, Bowie's starting to get to a part of the field where these drivers in front of him, they're not just going to relent and sort of let him drive by. And Eddie Abelnisa is he's a pretty handy steerer, and there's no way he's going to give Bowie any threat because he's catching the group in front.
This is a replay down at the centre chicane, and this is the Leo Tobin HQ Monaro.
Yeah, we don't usually use that curve.
That's why. It's not a good time for charges. Crickie's not here. We've lost another one here. This is Mick Wilson's car trying to crank it back into life.
Yep.
Got reverse. Okay. So this is the fight for second. Yep. This is good. Youlden looking again. Bowe's with them. Mediki's coming. Richo's coming as well.
Yep. This is going to get interesting in a minute.
Mark King's cleared away.
Now, let me tell you from a driver's perspective here, this is where a cool head is going to prevail. You've got to really just be patient and wait for your opportunity. Sometimes, as you can see, these cars, they're different variations in speed along the straight, so they perform differently at different parts of the circuit.
Bowe trying to get a move. Abelnisa's got it covered in that XB GT Falcon. There's Mediki in the background, the black Camaro. Jim Richards, #1, reigning champion in TCM.
Like the old boys having a go into turn 1. No, hard place to pass through there. Sorry, mate, I'm looking back in the field for the old man a little bit, see how he's going. But this is a great battle, excellent battle.
He's keeping right up with them. Behind is Kerry McMahon, Steve Mason rounding out the top 10 in that fantastic Mustang Fastback, which he's actually taken some weight out of and bumped the power up to step up to the outright cars this year. But look at Mark King, he's clear, he's on target for his first TCM race, but I can't see them catching him.
No, it just seems to be sort of status quo at the moment with this bunch. They're all defending pretty hard and they're all racing pretty hard, and Kingy's just disappearing.
Look at Jordan covering because he knows that that big red Ford has got plenty of grunt. Turn 8, not quite enough, but look at Gomersall, he's defeating as well. Holdens are going to the inside, Falcons are going to the outside.
Yep. A great classic battle going on here. It's just like the old days.
True.
No one can sort of, everyone's driving so defensively. I guarantee you there's going to be some mistakes coming up here.
All about dealing with the pressure. There's the Lubramax Camaro with Andrew Mediki at the helm. We'll see his son George in action across the weekend back in the V8 Ute Series. But it's sort of an arm wrestle here. Abonisa having another big time.
Oh, that's
He's
a good
got
move.
That one done.
He's
And
got
look,
it.
John Bow. He will be straight in for this.
Yep. I'll guarantee you. Oh, no, it looks like Bowie's got through. Brett Runner ran a little bit wide there in the Monaro. Jason Gomersall's doing a really good job in the little Tirana. Keeping it nice and straight, just driving his line, having to defend a little bit occasionally. Look at that, on the racing line. He's just focused on doing the best possible laps he can to maximise the speed of the car.
We haven't quite seen, Richo, the true potential of the SLR 5000 Tirana since it came into TCM a little while ago. Now we're starting to see a bit of development, all those little teething troubles, which harks back to the original SLR 5000. They had some dramas back in exactly 1974 as well.
Right. Look at Bowie there, he's just hanging in there. Tenacious competitor, old Bowie. Oh, Dad, Jim's got past Andrew Mediki.
Is it funny? You never know what to call him. Dad, Jim, Richo, JR, whatever.
Yep.
This is a really good fight. This is for second. Mark King is 4.5 seconds down the road. And look at this. Gomersall, this Tirana is looking strong. He's not overly defensive.
No, he's doing a really good job. He just can't stop the big cubes of that Falcon, though.
He's got plenty of them.
You see, even the cars, these cars now, although they're very,
they're not.
They've got, you know, technology in them with shock absorbers.
Oh, Abonisa got it done, but ran it wide, so Bow will slip on through. And now he'll have a crack at the Tirana. He's got his nose in front. He's on the wrong side. Gomersall will just slot him behind. So Keith Kasuki's through to second, and he's got some breathing space here to play with.
Difficult circuit, the Clipsal 500 track, because a couple of the braking areas, this one included up into turn 4, is very, very bumpy. So you have to be right there and absolutely committed if you're going to make a pass.
So this is going to be the last lap, Richo. Let's have a look at that move from Abonisa, stuffing it down the inside. He got this bit done, but he's in too quick.
He just locked the rears a fraction.
And look at Bow. Oh, look at this. Straight in the gap.
Yep.
Just quickly, we'll see you in action shortly with Porsche Carrera Cup. You had a race yesterday, a little bit of a spinning loop, I think, did you not?
Yes, thanks, Sarah.
That's okay, just thought I'd mention it. And two, we should mention you're crossing sides for the Enduros too later in the year.
Yeah, time for a bit of a change. I'll be having a steer with Lowndes in the Red Bull Racing 888 Commodore, so I'm looking forward to doing some miles there.
How about Mediki? He's trying to get a move done here on their owning Chapel. Kerry McMahon's pretty deep there. It's been a pretty entertaining TCM race, but this guy's seen none of it. Mark King has cleared away. This will be his first win in this Camaro that's been running in the series for a few years, but no one's been able to touch him. They've all been too busy scrapping with one another. Bow's come on strong. He's got the fastest car here this weekend. There's no doubt that Mustang Sally's quick. Kasuki's wide. Handball second to Bow. Mark King, well done, picks up the win. Bow slides his way through to second from 11th on the grid. Kasuki recovers for third. Oh, he'd be kicking himself.
Yeah, well, last corner. Did
it all right, but ends up finishing Position 3, Eddie Abel-Nisa, 5th from Brett Yulden, Richards Mediki, Kerry McMahon and Steve Mason rounded out the top 10. Great stuff to have TCM back with us for 2014. We have got a massive day still to come. We just take it down a notch. The pint-sized power of the Aussie racing cars is coming up after the break. It's a massive day. The brand new Carrera Cup Porsche 911s hit the circuit. Richo will be out there showing us his stuff, and we'll build up to lights out with the boys on V8 Extra. It's back in 2014, and of course a double dose of V8 supercars, a pair of 125-kilometre races to kick off. Amazing start to season 2014.
The Clipsal 500 is renowned for attracting some of the most passionate V8 Supercars fans, which is evident by the huge turnout for the first autograph session of 2014. For the drivers, this marks the start of their V8 Supercar season, and for one driver, it's particularly special as he is the hometown hero. Not only are you debuting in the main game V8 Supercars, but you're doing it on home soil.
Yeah, it's awesome to come home. Everything's so familiar. Just like, I'm just racing around at Clipsal, but I've been going there since I was in a pram. So for me, it's a very comfortable environment, and being with Walkinshaw Racing, where I've been my whole basically career, makes everything extremely easy. So hopefully we just have a nice weekend, get some good points, then roll on to the next round.
And the fans are a big part of the Clipsal event. I think they're a big part of what makes Clipsal so special, in that they are so passionate, and there's lots and lots of them.
So Wood, the Dunlop Series champion in 2013, now in the main game. Have you been practicing your signature on the off-season?
Yeah, it's been the biggest part of my training, actually. I thought, forget the gym, forget the running and riding, let's just get down to this signature and make sure I can get it flowing nicely.
What is the most strange, awkward, weird thing that you've had to sign at a session?
Some dude brought a lawnmower to an autograph session, which was committed. It was a full Greenfields mower, so I expect a free mower out of that bloke.
This is an event where the crowd really gets behind it. You know, obviously Adelaide, all comes out today, and yeah, it is fantastic to meet as many of them as you can, and hopefully see them all out there on the weekend.